Hello, everybody. Welcome to, I believe this is week 3 of Rocket League. I am Jacoby Matt, and I am joined by Zambit. How you doing tonight?
Good, good. We are about to do some Rocket League against
Mizzou.
Mizz, yes. Very solid team. Mizzou's known for their good esports program, but we have some really solid players, along with Rookie of the Year as of 2023, Cipricate here, captaining our team. Unfortunately, that first goal, 15 seconds in, not so great for CSU. But it is early. Yeah, it is early in the season, and for the most part, I think we have one new player. Do we?
I don't remember. I just have their grades.
Is it Orb?
I think so.
Orb's back. Orb's back.
So would it be Lobo?
Lobo is new to Orb, and Orb is new to Lobo. They have not played together a whole lot, so.
Gotcha. So definitely still going to be working out some kinks as Mizzou goes for a early attack.
I will say CSU and Mizzou are both some of the most communicative teams in this league, but they are definitely the rivals to be looking out for, in my opinion. Of course, I think CSU is seeded lower than Mizzou, but I still think that we can win. This is Black, right?
This is NACE.
NACE, okay. Yeah, NACE, we won. I think we got second in NACE last year, actually. But we can definitely win this year, I feel like.
CSU is currently 1-1 in NACE. They fell to Wichita State last week, 3-1. As that is the second goal. Is it Mizzou?
Mizzou, yeah.
Mizzou.
Yeah, Wichita State's also pretty solid. Doesn't surprise me. Yes. I think we lost to them last year, too. So. Both very big programs, huge programs for CSU.
Lobo with a very nice save.
Yeah, that was good air control as well, trying to stall as much as possible there so Cipricate can set up. Probably got that corner boost. Prim's out of boost completely. CSU basically has this defense locked tight right now, simply because they have the boost advantage.
Hello, 5 frames a second. We do love Rocket League sometimes.
Alright, and here we go. Cipricate's going to be able to keep that in midfield there, but that's going to be passed right to Bubs, who's going to go for an air dribble shot on goal.
And Lobo's there to stop it.
Lobo's air defense game is absolutely insane. We got to see Lobo develop some crazy air dribble skills throughout the last between the fall and spring semester last year.
Oh, is that Lobo? That is Lobo with the goal!
Lobo getting that nice air dribble as well. That's a nice setup. I forgot who set that up. I want to say that was Orb who set it up. Actually watch the replays, so we like to commentate over them. And it also kind of like ices out the enemy team.
Absolutely.
Pretty used to it.
As Orb is going to take some early control here, try to get a counterattack going, but not yet.
And it does seem like Orb is kind of going for that role that we saw from Falcon last semester, which is a little bit of that ball chasing. And Frostbite, man, that's the striker on Mizzou's team there. He's gotten 3 goals at this point.
I would say, is that a hat trick for him already?
I mean, that was a fake into a follow-up there. I think CSU was trying to go for a 50-50, expecting Frostbite to hit it.
Yeah.
And they, unfortunately, got played. That's going to happen a lot at higher level plays, that you're going to have to figure out when they're going to commit and when they're going to fake. And it seems like Frostbite is really good at that. One thing I will say, Falcon having... Some people don't like me using the term ball chasing, but that's what the pros say. And it's, you know, Falcon was our ball chaser for this team. We don't really have that designated ball chaser anymore. Because Lobo and Orb's both...
Oh, Orb getting an attack going here for CSU.
Like, Orb's very grounded, very more defense-oriented, while Lobo is very, like, air game. And Sip has always been the kind of in-between, the person staying in midfield, person calling out when to rotate, stuff like that. So when you lack that kind of ball chasing and you have someone like Frostbite come in, you don't have really any sort of pressure on that ball at all times. So CSU is going to have to try to change, I guess, in that sense of figuring out their new strategies, since their strategies from last semester aren't going to work without, you know, that constant ball pressure that Falcon was always putting on. Which, I mean, Orb's doing a good job at filling that shoe right now. As you can see, he carried it up the wall. He took it right out of Frostbite.
And a nice save from Lobo there.
Maybe we can see a floor pinch here from Cipricate. As we know, Cipricate is very famous for his just insane wall pinches and floor pinches. That was actually a nice angle that Orb took there. He punted that right at Frostbite, knowing exactly where that could go, giving Lobo a nice little setup. Trying to get a wall pinch there. Lobo unfortunately messes that up. Crims gets it off center board, and that's another goal for Frostbite.
That's how it's hard.
Yeah, that was a really nice setup from Crims there.
Yeah.
Took advantage of the fact that there's nobody, you know, in CSU's goal. Okay, getting first hit there. That's a good pinch.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, going to pay with his life. Orb's going to come in and create some ball pressure there, but unfortunately not going to, you know, keep it. That could have been really bad. Frostbite seeing the image there.
60 seconds left, and I gotta ask, I mean, Christian, I know you are very much more experienced with Rocket League. What is the value, even if you end up losing the game, just getting a goal at the last couple seconds there? Like,
your hope is that Mizz starts to fumble and you can get a couple quick 10-second goals here.
Gotcha.
And try to take it into overtime. That is your best bet here. At this point in time, at this skill level, there's not a whole lot that CSU can do other than kind of try to figure out their strategy. That's what they're doing right now, is that they're trying different things. They already know that they lost the game. They're probably running through different strategies, trying to figure out what the adaptation is. And Cipricate finds the adaptation. Cipricate and Lobo sneaking in, barely threading that needle with that ball there.
That was a nice setup from Lobo.
Yeah, I mean, he figured out how to clear that ball from corner, and that was there. And yeah, it's basically just trying to figure out what the adaptation is to beat Mizz. So
Gotcha.
them losing this first game doesn't necessarily mean that's the whole
End all be all.
yeah, end all be all here. But I mean, 4-2 is not that bad.
Yeah. Both teams probably gonna end up grounding it.
Yeah.
Yep. And Mizzou will take the, or Mizz, excuse me, will take the first game in this best of 5. Still plenty of time for CSU to get something going here.
Yeah, and 3 goals from Frostbite. 7 shots on goal. He's definitely the striker.
Mm-hmm.
Season 9 Grand Champion. He's been at least playing since Season 9. Cipricate's been playing since, I think, Season 4, Season 5. But still. I mean, we do have some very strong players in our team, but, you know, Mizz, again, very, very big program.
Mm-hmm.
Wichita State, very big Rocket League team. There's a couple more that I'm forgetting the names of in NACE that are also pretty big contenders that we have to watch for. But I feel like, overall, I think CSU and Mizz are like the main 2 rivals in terms of like their skill level. I think they're pretty on par with each other.
And again, we see Mizz getting an early attack going. Never mind, Cipricate shuts that down quickly, and
Yep.
Lobo's going to start the attack going.
Yeah, I think Cipricate's kind of going for that more defensive play style now. He might float midfield more if we're a bit more on the attack, and Mizz's defense is kind of sucking. But speaking of sucking, Lobo gets a shot on goal there from the air. Unfortunately, he gets knocked back by Frostbite. No follow-up. But that could have been a nasty floor pinch if he set it up without getting, you know, contested by Frostbite.
And
That's a shot on goal by Orb.
Orb with a nice goal.
I was just right over whoever was in goal there. I forget who was in goal, but if Frostbite hits it down, that
And
was Bubs.
Not able to stop it.
Bubs is facing the wrong direction. Here we go. Kick off here. We're going to see Orb get that first touch right down center line there. Crim's going to get that first follow-up. I think CSU wants to go for the boost.
Definitely do, but they got to be careful not to get the goal while doing it.
Bub's going to go for some air game here. Get contested by Lobo. That's a good 50-50 for CSU to take. They're going to win that 50-50. Lobo trying to get a dribble going. Unfortunately not. That was a good attempt on goal there.
Man, Lobo pays for that dribble with his life.
Yeah, Orb almost paid with his life as well. Just barely jumping over Bubs there. Bub's going to get that air dribble.
Now
Cipricate going to go for the... That was a nice ceiling pinch there, winning the 50-50 in my opinion for CSU. Another 50-50. CSU's taking these 50-50s really well all of a sudden. They're kind of figuring out the fakes. They're learning the timing.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a game, you know, get to know your opponent at the very least.
I mean, if they can hold this, that's the big thing. CSU can absolutely hold a defensive and just take this 1 point and run with it and wait for an opening.
But they gotta be careful. Nice save by Orb.
That's something that CSU did a lot last semester as well, especially with these stronger teams, that they would get 1 goal up and they would just go on a hyper defense and just lock things out. They would basically just run the ball. They wouldn't even try to go for goals. They would just go for ball control. And I think that's sometimes what you have to do. I guess.
That a mutual demo?
Yeah.
Sorry.
At least it didn't end up in a
just Orb going out, right?
Not just Orb going out. Sometimes they'll get a roll 1 where they get stuck against each other and they're just constantly accelerating each other.
Lobo!
And Lobo finds an opening and decides to take it there. He was trying to go for another wall pinch. Unfortunately, does not get it. He's a bit rusty on those, I assume. It's been, a good summer break. They're just getting warmed back up to those, and he was probably fooling around with his air skills, knowing Lobo. He loves the air dribbles.
Oh, Siperkit almost gets an open net.
Yeah, almost runs off with it.
And what do these guys have against Orb?
They keep demoing him. They keep wanting to demo him. He jumped over a few of them sometimes. All right, and there we go. Siperkate on net. That's going to be a nice open net. Getting it right around Bubs. A good 50-50 for Mizu. Unfortunately, that's not a great 50-50 for them. They kind of lost that one. I think Siperkate got a double touch on that. Lobo going to set it up midfield. Unfortunately, not going to have a follow-up there, but Orb's going to come in. And yeah, no, it's back into Mizu's hands here. They have good defense.
Yeah, CSU still on a very nice attack, I say that. Oh, well, Lobo gets 2. So they have time to recenter and get this ball downfield again.
Or going for a stall there. That was a nice fake out there from Orb.
Kick goes down.
Frostbite, unfortunately, setting things up for Crims. Crims absolutely guts that ball. You gotta be feeling embarrassed for that. That was an open net, and he just completely flubbed that. Not that 1 goal would be enough for CSU. We're a minute 20 into this game, and it looks like CSU has this on lockdown at this point. They have the read, they have the adaptation.
Nice save from Orb. Can he do it twice? Siperkit's there.
Good defense from CSU.
Can they do it a 3rd time? You know it. That was just a little bit.
They're running out of boost, though. That's my main concern here with CSU, is that they're using their boost for these defenses. They're not able to get it out of the corner here. They have it in center field now. They might be able to do something with it, but they need to get boost. They need to rotate for boost. Someone needs to do something with boost.
Oh, you gotta be careful, Bubs. Frostbite.
Frostbite sets it in. That's 1 goal, 48 seconds on the clock. CSU needs to keep this on lockdown if they want this game. Yeah, I think that was just a matter of nobody was getting boost. They kept having to use their boost again and again and again.
And I mean, they all got a save there, so it's not really like anyone had time to go get boost.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an onslaught. Really good coordination from Mizz there.
Really not much you can do about that.
They just wouldn't have had the time.
Oh, someone's got to get down. Mizz ties it up.
That was a just bad defense there from CSU. I think everyone was just kind of piled up into each other, not really
knowing who's going where. Siperkit tried to get the save off. The wagon.
Lobo got hunted up into the wall.
Fair. Welcome to Car Soccer, everyone.
Lobo trying to get a demo, and that was not the play.
Oh, well, Siperkit got one.
Yeah, Lobo trying to get that demo on Frostbite, unfortunately not getting it, and that's an unfortunate throw there from CSU. They're going to need a quick goal off of Mizu. Mizu now has the win state. They can play exactly how they played last game and just lock it down.
And again, I mean, 30 seconds, that is plenty of time to get a goal, especially in Rocket League.
Yeah, but at the skill level, if people are playing it right, there's not a whole lot that you can do.
Oh, as we say that, Lobo with a nice shot, but it gets shut down.
Fortunately, it wasn't an open net.
I got 15 seconds to try to get something going. If you're going to push, it's now, and Mizu gets another goal.
CSU, I think either Mizu made the adaptation or CSU started to get a little bit lenient. We haven't really seen any high skill moves here from either team. They've been too kind of caught up in defenses here. I mean, really good coordination from Mizu on that second goal, but otherwise we haven't seen crazy things like cliff resets or ground pinches.
And
I mean,
just adding
yeah,
insult to injury there.
I think CSU's kind of just burnt out of the idea right now.
Yeah.
They're just letting it run.
Although I gotta say, I love how you're talking about like the high skill stuff, dude. If I see an air dribble in my bronze or silver, it's a miracle.
Yeah, bronze and silver, you should not be seeing airplay. That's got to be a smurf.
I would say you'll occasionally see like the decent shot. CSU is just going to try to get themselves on the board a little bit, but Mizz will take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, 2-0 Mizz. CSU's got to really lock in for this one. It is looking a little bit sad there. They had it on lock. They had a good thing, and then, you know, that second goal, they just absolutely got onslaughted on.
And after that, it just felt like everything
fell apart.
Yeah.
I think they got a little bit burnt out after that second goal. I think Mizz made an adaptation, and it kind of just not necessarily made CSU throw in the towel, but kind of made them just want to reset. Orb's going to reset for connection, I think. Could hopefully see him come back. Might be having some lag issues there. Does tend to happen with Rocket League servers. Thank you, Epic Games.
Shut up, Epic, dude. What a game company.
I know. They made a bunch of money, and then they ruined every product they touched.
But we got to see if CSU can pull off the reverse sweep. No, but yeah, like I was saying, like if you see any airplay in like my level, dude, that's high level for me. As we see, CSU gets an early kickoff advantage, but with how quick Rocket League is, that doesn't mean all that much.
Prospect gonna set it up on center field, try to get it passed off. Cipricate gonna keep it going.
Oh, Lobo gets
getting
center
a nice shot
and
on
almost
goal.
gets a
Yeah,
almost had a save, almost gets a goal. Hello.
Brim's in there with the save. Orb gonna keep it on the wall here. We're gonna see Prospect come back on it. Good pinch there from Orb. Winning that 50-50. Orb gonna get the follow-up as well. Get another 50-50. I think it's more so a win for Mizz, though, considering it's off the backboard.
Now they're just rocking with Cipricate in defense. I say that as Orb.
Orb's the 50-50 king today. Holy. I don't think he's lost a single 50-50
I
so
don't
far.
think so either. CSU almost gets a goal.
That was a really solid save as well from Crims. Frostbite, for some reason, heading it towards his own goal. Probably going for the boost, honestly. Yeah, Lobo needs to go back for boost as well. I think CSU just needs to reset a little bit, take a breather, let them have a little bit of the ball.
And I mean, you say that, but Mizzou's been so scary once they got the ball.
Yeah, Lobo trying to get a ground pinch there.
Yep.
I think Mizz is scared of CSU's, like, high skill level, what's it called?
I wish
Like,
I
things like ground pitches. People know what I'm... Yeah, there we go, tech. They're just, you know... Frostbite's really on this ball. Bubs is, you know, going for demos. They just don't want CSU to be able to set up anything, and I think that's their strategy here.
And I mean, that's, again, I don't like to dog on CSU, but credit where credit's due. It's been working.
Yep.
So, as we see, Orb's going to be going for a quick attack. Almost gets it over Bubs.
Yeah, I mean, CSU has the adaptation now. They have the strong defense. They kind of fell apart last game in. They know what works. I don't know if it was Orb having lag issues or if it was just that onslaught completely broke their mental a little bit last game.
Right.
But, you know, they have it on their lock and key right now. And I think that's the big thing.
As CSU is able to defend it nice. Cipricate kind of just waiting for stuff to go down. Lobo playing off the walls there.
Going to be able to reset it. It's going to be a nice save there from Bubs. That's going to be a bad... Again, Bubs is going for the demos. They don't want CSU to have the ball at all. They want to have CSU in a disadvantage as much as possible.
Nice save coming out there from Orb, trying to get a counterattack started.
Okay, trying to get a redirect there on the ball. Unfortunately, not getting what he wants. Losing that 50-50. It's out of the corner here. Orb's going to be able to save it. Not quite a 50-50, but I saw what he was going for there.
Oh, they got to be careful. Frostbite's been deadly so far. Orb looking to shut that down.
He's been doing more setups, though.
Right.
Him on striking is the scary part, but he hasn't really had a whole lot of room to strike since CSU's kind of made this shift in their defense. But now, you know, Mizu's starting to make the adaptation here. They have him on a, again, moving towards that onslaught that we saw last game.
Center. I just want to know what my homies have against Orb.
Orb misses the ball, unfortunately.
And
we're going to go for
a demo.
Loba's going to try to center field that. It takes a 50-50, passes it off to Orb. Orb's not ready for it. Orb's going for an air dribble here.
Yeah.
Reciprocate.
Orb is there to stop it a little bit, but Frostbite's in center. And again, he's a dangerous striker, so we got to be very careful around that.
Oh, he misses the ball. That was lucky for CSU. That could have been a shot on goal there. Reciprocate going to go for an air dribble. Wants to get the flick, does not get it. Reciprocate going to try to get a ground pinch, maybe? Never mind. He was probably expecting a little bit of pass it to him. Orb trying to get a dribble started there. Unfortunately, Crims is going to come in and take the 50-50. Going to be Frostbite setting up the ball. Can Bubs follow it up? Bubs is not going to get there in time.
Reciprocate open!
Oh my
Scores!
From half field!
Amazing, just a nice little chip shot. Just, whoop. That's it.
Bubs was too late. Frostbite had it all set up for him. Wrapped up in a nice package, and Reciprocate said, thank you. I'll take that.
Just got to hold for 40 seconds, and of course, game 4. Reciprocate does go down, though, to Frostbite.
Here we go, Bubs getting an air dribble off. That might have been his own shot on goal.
Lobo will score off the assist from Orb. Just a nice little
That wasn't even an assist from Orb. That was an assist from Bubs. That was going into the corner until Bubs touched it.
I just love the little splat.
Yo, Crim's going for the first shot. Never mind. Frostbite going with the fake out.
Almost.
That was a good fake out there from Frostbite, allowing Mizu to try to get some sort of thing going. Nice bumps there from Reciprocate, kind of throwing them off the ball.
Oh, CSU, be careful. Reciprocate's there. Everyone's there for CSU. Nice defense, but Bubs will score.
They just have to hold for 11 seconds and make sure the ball touches the ground. They're good.
Ideally, we score one for just for style, but
ideally we play it safe and lock in defense.
I'll say ideally, it's so boring.
Mizu's a strong team. We don't want to be styling on
Mizu.
We're speaking of styling. What is happening?
Okay, Mizu's gonna get the ball up. CSU's just got to get this thing grounded, and they do. And CSU will take game number 3.
All right.
And with that very defensive showing out of CSU, I guess we figured out.
Yeah, we just need to keep adapting, keep staying ahead of Mizu here, and I think it's fine.
I guess we figured out what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, and that CSU takes game number 3.
Exactly. We made the adaptation. We have the reads now, and hopefully CSU can stay ahead of that. Mizu, very dangerous still. CSU cannot be lenient in their defensive style. They have to clear that ball as soon as possible. I think that's the.
Are they saying anything coherent in like the crowd, like the crowds in these games? Do they say anything coherent? No, just random.
I think they're changing servers.
Ah, fair.
Yeah, they changed servers. Oh, go back into play. Go into private match. Go in private match.
Huge. Go team.
All right. Starting off game number 4 here. CSU still on orange side. I wish we'd change the colors in this game.
I don't. That'd be a pain with the graphics.
I really want neon green and white.
Okay, that's fair. You are excused. That is a good choice. But then does that, like, are we always green, or does it change if it's varsity or Rocket League?
I mean, we're green and white as a school, so it's like...
But I mean, like, which side is CSU?
It can be green or white, it doesn't matter.
Huge. As we see, you know, back to what we were talking about, the game plan of keeping Mizu out of the goal is not working as... Never mind, Reciprocate's there to just shut me up as I'm speaking.
Yeah, no, I think their defense is fine. I think their adaptation on their defense is working fine. They just have to play patiently, and they have to clear that ball. You know, they've been trying to... You know, they've all been sitting in net. following things up, allowing Mizz to kind of get a setup on them with some huge coordination.
Yeah.
And like that works against lower skill level teams, but like against Mizz, against Wichita, against some of these big names and NACE, it's not going to work out so well for CSU. So I think they kind of get it locked in their head a little bit sometimes, and then they'll come back into a game.
Orb and Cypricate are there to stop the Mizz push.
And then remember, hey, this is a very coordinated team.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice center if Lobo can get it, but Lobo's not there. Lobo's actually rotating for boost, question mark?
Grim's taking it slow this time, going for the fake out. Orb is going to win the 50-50. Frostbite's just going to go for the demo on Sip. Lobo not going to win that 50-50. Bub's going to set it in the corner here. Frostbite going to get the follow-up here. Going for an air dribble. May go for a flick.
Orb's there to shut it down.
Yeah. I think Lobo made a little bit of contact with that ball, which threw him off. Dippercate going to get it. Dippercate going to get bumped, but luckily not demoed.
Uh-oh, someone get there. Orb's got it.
With the ball here.
Nice little air dribble.
He was stalling, trying to pass it off to Lobo while Mizz was doing
Ooh,
easy things. That's going to be a nice corner shot.
Nice little sniper shot there.
Yeah, that was off the backboard, basically. Yeah, that was just straight into the corner. Huge first goal for Mizz. CSU's going to have to follow that up quickly. With less than 3 minutes on the clock, they definitely can have it. Lobo might actually run off with this.
Lobo gets bumped out of it, though.
Good 50-50 from Crims there. Bub's going in for the follow-up. Crim's going to come in and get it off the wall. Lobo's going to follow that up with a nice shot on goal.
Almost gets it. Unfortunately, Bubs was there to save it. Cypricate, dude, Bubs is just
Orb's getting bumped like crazy right now. Bubs having a few blunders those first two games. Not that it really mattered a whole lot with Frostbite, but coming back with these crazy saves all of a sudden. Cypricate going for a pass to Crims, just wants to get it off. Let CSU reset for some boost. That's going to be a nice dribble there.
Lobo's there to stop it, though. Amazing save by Lobo. CSU's clearing this ball out finally, but Frostbite's there to stop that plan.
Nice little smooth roll into corner there. Crims has it center field. We're going to see Lobo clear that. Into Mizu's field here. It's going to be passed off to Bubs. Cypricate going for the 50-50. Wins the 50-50. Unfortunately, there's no follow-up from CSU, but we're going to see Orb kind of rush in there to try to get something going.
As Orbs will take out Crims. Cypricate with a nice pass over to Lobo. Lobo off the backboard.
Oh, this is a little bit too strong, though, and Orb's not there to follow up because he's busy demoing people.
As he should.
Trying to go for ground pinch there.
Cypricate gets demoed. Now 1 minute left on the clock. CSU has to score something here. And they also have to stop Mizz from scoring, which they do.
Huge little bump back across the
and
board.
Crims goes down off the hands of Orb.
Orb might get a follow-up on this. Might be able to clear this. Never mind. He's going to go too far. He's going to set up.
Lobo's there,
Lobo's going to win the 50-50. Orb does not get ready to receive that, unfortunately. No reaction there. Cypricate's going to be not jumping high enough. Lobo barely saving that.
The save, 40 seconds now. CSU, you got to go soon.
Mizz is really strong on their offense here, keeping CSU back. Unfortunately, they're not really leaving much of an opening for CSU.
As Orb goes down, that's going to be critical.
Orb is absolutely back, though. It's going to be a pass off the Crims. Crims is going to miss the ball, though. Orb's going to be able to clear it. That's huge. Cypricate might actually have this goal here.
Cypricate, he's running it down. He's on the fast break. Crims stops it, though.
He had no boost, was the problem.
13 seconds.
That's off the backboard. We're going to see Lobo save that again. Clear that out with Cypricate. Cypricate might actually be able to... It's off the backboard. Orb might be able to follow this up with Cypricate.
Orb takes Bubs out off the backboard in the air. CSU has to score before it touches ground. It stays up.
And let's get into overtime. Can CSU still make it back? Lobo's going to go for it. Cypricate.
And CSU's in overtime!
Huge coordination around the wall there from CSU. Now it just comes down to winning overtime.
All you need, just one goal. Let's force game 5. Or will Mizz close it out here? And
Or
Orb will
just
get a
going
quick
for
demo,
that.
but Crims is open. Cyprocate takes it.
I mean, CSU has the boost advantage, but they're not going to really have that for much longer. Orb has to make something with this. Gets the ceiling pinch. Oh, unfortunately doesn't...
Lobo's there, though.
Yeah, unfortunately it just does not get the right angle there, but yeah, I mean, Mizz was there to clear that instantly.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy to end the game off, game 4, with a ceiling pinch. You know how hard it is to get a ceiling pinch in this game?
Again, it has been established I am bronze. Any airplay is nothing shy of a miracle.
Cyprocate trying to pass it off to Lobo. Unfortunately, Bub's there to clear that out. Lobo trying to get the ball there, just whips it around the ceiling.
Centers it a little bit. Actually, Lobo's right there. Stops Bubs from getting the counterattack going.
It's a huge 50-50 for Mizz, though.
Yeah.
Orb might be able to clear this. Yep, there's the 50-50 one by Orb. Bub's going to get the follow-up, though. Cyprocate going to go for... Never mind, nothing. Both Lobo and Cyprocate missing their chance. Orb going to be at least on goal.
Orb's going to save it and start the counter going. And they're in the way of CSU. Bub's going to shut it down quickly, though.
And going for that 50-50. I think that's a win from Mizz there, but that's going to be passed right down to Orb.
Well, no, because they don't really have anyone back here on defense. I mean, Bubs gets there. Bubs is just the resident goalie at this point.
Yeah, but everyone has to move, so it's like it's all
Right.
about positioning. We had people center field on Mizu's side, so that allows them to rotate faster than the ball can. Unless like they get
Oh,
a
now we
nasty
got to be
pinch.
careful because that's Frostbite, but Lobo's there to stop it.
Yeah, Frostbite trying to defend a little bit there by placing his body up against
The
the ball.
Cyprocate stops. Lobo stops again. Well, now I'm just getting flashbacks to the Wombo combo. Orb's trying to clear it out.
clearing it, but Bubs is sitting in corner.
Bubs is there. Lobo doing a 360. Orb gets demoed. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the onslaught is happening. Unfortunately, CSU's low on boost. They're not going to have a whole lot. Cyprocate just barely getting it out of there. Gonna give some breathing room to at least Orb and Lobo to get some boost. Cyprocate's gonna have to rotate back for boost.
Lobo's trying to air dribble. Almost air dribbles with him, but Frostbite's there to stop
Oh,
it.
that was a nice wall pinch there.
Cyprocate's
gonna be able to get it though.
Yep.
Gonna try to go for a flip reset. Unfortunately, does not get it.
Uh-oh. Orb's there to clear it.
Try to go for 50-50. Lobo.
And now Mizz
bend
once
it
again
over.
just in the onslaught of goal, but Orb's gonna clear it out. Bubs is sort of there, and Lobo with a nice pinch. That wasn't a pinch, that was just a shot. I'm tripping.
Oh, trying to go for the 50-50, does not get it. Bubs kind of reads that.
Oh, Orb's there to save. Cyprocate got red a little bit.
He can go for ground pinch here. He's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get the right angle.
He's not gonna get it. Juked Frostbite. Bubs is the only one back. Bubs is gonna hit towards the goal, but Cyprocate's there.
Grims losing the 50-50 there. This is actually good for CSU. Lobo
Oh,
can
that's an
punt
open
that.
net, but Bubs is there to stop it.
Bubs is center field on the wall, so he's in the right place at the right time. Frostbite getting a 50-50 pinch here. That's actually good for Mizz here. It's going to be off the corner. Can Crims follow it up? That's a goal!
Oh, no, and Mizz will take it 3-1.
Unfortunate for CSU. Solid games played, minus the first game just being a complete sweep by Mizz, but... I mean, CSU made some really solid adaptations here, and that was a good lesson to learn. And hopefully we can still meet them in top 8 of NACE, and maybe make the comeback arc.
Yeah, hopefully. I do mean, and hey, it was very good for CSU to at least even get that game in overtime.
I mean, again, very close games, minus game 1 being kind of just, you know, a whole Mizz kind of just having control over everything. CSU kind of started making those adaptations they needed to. I think the major thing is we learned defense, but we didn't know what to do with our offense.
Right.
Mizu's not going to leave a lot of windows open, is I think the main thing. So it's like...
And I mean, that's the part about Rocket League. You can clear the
Yeah.
ball, sure. Like, great, but you gotta know what to do with it once it's clear.
And I think the big thing was, you know, we saw the adaptation after the onslaught, you know, going into game 3 that CSU had to make. They handled that very well, but it's like, you know, going into game 2, ending game 2 with that onslaught of goals and just... You know, you had that lead 2-0, and then, you know, you get 1 goal down, and then second goal, you just can't clear the ball.
Yeah.
And then just immediately, you guys, the players will sit back and think, okay, what did we do wrong? What are we doing wrong right now? What's happening?
And I mean, the big thing is, and this is mainly coming from like the FPS experience rather than Rocket League, is you gotta more ask, okay, what are we doing good? And how can we utilize those? Because it's more often that what you're doing good, you just, like, you worry about what you're doing wrong, and you end up making those same mistakes again.
And I think the big part was CSU kind of like spent a lot of the early game trying to get set up on like the walls, the ceilings, and Mizz was just shutting that down. And I think for the most part. Mizz does a really, really good job at having ball presence. Not necessarily control, but just having someone just remain present in the area of the ball, having someone remain midfield to react to what's going on. And I think that positioning is something that works really, really well in high-level play for teams like CSU that focus a lot more on trying to get these skillful setups that are really hard to block, really hard to predict.
Right.
So,
yeah. Do you have any other points?
Nope.
Okay, so we are going to head to a BRB screen. When we return at 8 o'clock, will be Overwatch versus Mizz. It will be NACE Week 2 for them.
We actually have to stop stream, so we have to put on a 3-minute delay.
Oh, we do have to. Oh,
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So stream's going to be stopped while we get that set up, but we will return.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the reminder. That's Christian. He does all the good stuff.
I like how I have a tombstone here, but I'm kind of here in spirit like half the time.
But no, so I'm going to be on production for that, and Ballers. And I believe Will, who is currently doing producing, will actually be casting for Watch, so that will be cool. Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts? Or
That is it for tonight.
okay, so we're going to close out stream. We'll be back at around 8 o'clock to get Overwatch started. So, bye.